and welcome to Heal Yourself and Your Destiny. We are here for the book reading session of international bestseller book The Rules of Life. So far we have covered till rule number 31. Today we are going to cover rule number 32 and rule number 33. So here we go. And for those who are willing to follow the money affirmations which I have told in the last session of Rules of Life, there are 10 affirmations which you can start from any new moon day. That will be I think tomorrow. So you can start for next 40 days. You have to write those affirmations. Those who don't know about it can watch the previous session of Rules of Life, that is rule number 30 and 31. In the starting only I have told about the money affirmations. So starting with today's reading, that is rule number 32. It's okay to feel big emotions. If we are busily maintaining dignity and being peaceful, it's tempting to think that we are detached and so there is no place for big feelings and such like. Well, the good news is it doesn't work like that. It is okay to feel emotions. It is okay to feel angry when someone really hacks you off. It is okay to feel huge sadness and grief when you lose a loved one. It is okay to feel tremendous joy. It is okay to be scared, anxious, relieved, excited, apprehensive, and all the others. We are human beings and we have emotions. This is all quite natural. It is quite natural to feel big things deeply, and it's okay to let it all show. We don't have to be ashamed of our feelings. It is okay to cry. Sitting on our feelings is not a good idea. They just get squashed that way. Far better to let them out, deal with them, and then get on with things. If we go through trauma, upsetting experiences, and difficult times, it certainly doesn't help to be thinking all the time that we have to keep a lid on it or people will think us weak or out of control. I know it might look as if it contradicts keeping our dignity, but feeling emotion is not undignified unless we express it inappropriately or at the wrong time. Sometimes even getting angry is totally appropriate, as long as we remain in control and don't do anything we might regret later. Getting angry reminds people that we are not a pushover and that they have hurt, offended, or threatened us deeply and seriously, and that their action have caused us great pain. Of course, we should not get angry over silly things. Instead, we choose to show anger only when it is needed and needed seriously. Likewise, it's not good to get angry and take it out on innocent people. If you can't express the anger appropriately, then you need to find a way of letting it out that isn't going to hurt anybody else. But let it out. You must. Bottled anger eats away at you. It's not just anger that shouldn't be permanently restrained. Neither should fear or anxiety or great joy or any of the other emotions. Just because we are feeling big emotions doesn't mean we are out of control. We can be quite emotional and still be in charge of what we are expressing. You wouldn't be human if you didn't feel stuff and feel it big time. It is natural and you shouldn't even make any attempt to stifle it. Of course, you can make sure it is let out at an appropriate time and place, but that is within your control. But Then again, if you do respond badly, you can always feel guilty about it afterwards. And that's okay too. So, the rule number 32 is it's okay to feel big emotions. Sitting on our feelings is not a good idea. They just get squashed that way. So, find a healthy way to relieve your feelings. Rule number 33. Keep the faith. We all kept the faith. We said, we shall go down with unreluctant tread, rose crowned into the darkness. This is from a poem by Rupert Brooke called The Hill, which is about friendship, I think. It may of course be something entirely different. It's always so hard to tell. But for me, it is about the friendship between two lovers, two friends. It is about keeping faith, keeping your promise to support, trust, and believe in. It may of course be about keeping faith as a religious thing, but knowing Brooke's poem, I somehow don't think so. Keeping the faith is about sticking to your promises, going down into darkness, rose crowned, proud, unreluctant, knowing you have done the right thing, stuck by your friends in time of trouble. These are perhaps old-fashioned values: honor, loyalty, trust, pride, support, fidelity, reliability, dependability, strength, seeing things though, constancy, but no less worth having for all that. We live in a throwaway society, and keeping your words, being there when you said you would, being dependable and reliable makes you stand out as a person of some value, some worth. This is a good thing. We fight shy of being good these days in case people mistake us for goodies. But that's another thing entirely. Keeping the faith is something you do. Being a goody is when you try to convert others. Having your own values and keeping them to yourself, sticking to rule number 1 is fine. Trying to make everyone else do the same as you is a bad thing. That makes you a goody. No, it doesn't apply to me because I am only giving out information, not trying to convert you. It is entirely up to you whether you pick up this information and run with it, but I can guarantee you, I shall keep the faith, and the information I give you today will be the same information I would give you in 20 years' time. Old-fashioned values doesn't ever go out of style. In brackets, perhaps they have always been out, bracket close, and I shan't let you down. Keeping the faith is something you do. Being a goody is when you try to convert others. Here's another bit from the same poem. Proud we were and laughed that had such brave true things to say. So, rule number 33 is keep the faith. So, this concludes our today's session, and I would like to thank each one of you who is listening this session and making a difference in your life, because when you heal yourself, you heal the world, you heal the universe, because we are the universe. Love to you all. Have a nice day.
For more updates, subscribe to our channel, click the show links and enjoy watching the videos.